now. You're a dead man, believing you're alive. Know me that you're listening, and tear this devil out of me.
Hey guys, welcome back. I just wanted to take a little bit of time to show off some of the other props that we have here in the studios that I've made in my spare time. One thing that you will need to know, I am by no means a professional. Everything is self-taught or things that I've learned from video or in passing. With that being said though, these are my pride and joy beside the Reaver. I'm just going to take a little bit of time to explain some of the weapons we have here. And first, some of you may recognize them, some of you might not. These are Keyblades. I'm a big Kingdom Hearts fan. So much so, it took me a very long time to make this myself. Had to get the parts, had to cut, get the right type of paint, fit, glue together. This was the very first prop I made on my own. The second ever prop I made successfully being the Reaver itself. Each character might use the sword or might not use the sword. Another example would be right here. This sword is my personal sword here for my character Dauzat. You probably won't see him too much. He's in the works. Like the sword, I actually did complete it, but over the last year or so, I've had to do some maintenance on it, which is why it's in the state that it's in right now. It looks very similar to the sword you saw in our reveal video, which is obviously the smaller, its little brother, I guess you would say. We call this one Cheshire, mainly because of the smiling cat face on the end of it here. One thing I want to reiterate here, when you're making props like what I do, don't be afraid to make anything in your mind. Or if you're bored. This sword I have in my hand, well, it's not really a sword, I guess it's more of a dagger. It's made completely from scrap that I had on hand. Pommel, guard, and handle, and blade. It was all scrap pieces. Don't ever throw away something that you think is going to be useful. I've made props out of just about anything you can imagine. Another example here we have back here. Again, this was made out of scrap material. The handle I had and another blade that I thought worked really well with it. This will be the first prop I made in our current studio here. My life has not been the best. I was currently recovering from a long stay in the hospital. Many of you will probably, that know me, will know why. I'm not going to go into the details because that was a very hard time in my life. But this was a marker in my life of when I decided to turn around for the better. This is one of our most recent props here, which is basically a scaled down version of our big fella here. This one I made just solely because I wanted a one-handed version of the big fella right here. I like my big guy, but he's big. He's got two handles. I do take my props to Comic-Cons when I do go, so be looking out at our local hometown Comic-Con of GeekCon. You might see me there sometimes, and you might see our props that we use here in the studios. I also sometimes go to our local Renaissance Festival in my current town. So, again, keep your eyes out. You might see me there. You might see some of our other members there, even though we might not be in our characters. You will be in period costume, I guess you would call it. Here's something that a lot of you may recognize from our lightsaber introduction video. It was the mask that I used and tossed off to the side. Again, some of your best things can come from things that you want to throw away. This was actually the first mask that I had tried painting, and I screwed up on it, literally. And I forgot about the paint thinner that I put on. And plastic, you don't want to leave paint thinner on plastic, obviously. It made the plastic very pliable in the right side, so I couldn't really do much with it. But I got the idea of it left a lot of scale on the mask, so I went back over it with some primer and gave it a stone look. Still not completely done with it. We might add some black for detail, but happy accidents do occur. My last items here I want to show you the folks, if I can keep stuff from falling, would be our resin crystals. These are not hard to make. You can go to just about any hobby store to get UV resin and make these yourself. Some of them will... This part here is actually a custom piece you won't find anywhere. I made this piece myself. A lot of the colors are basic colors that I haven't modified. Some of the darker colors are stuff that I've modified. You'll see here we have a very dark emerald. It doesn't look like it, but if you hold it up to the light, it does. You have a very dark green. We have a corrupted pink crystal. Many of these crystals will be used in our lightsabers for the Kyber crystal. You have mixed effects like this one here. This one is meant to look like it's a fire crystal. That's really about it we have for today, folks. Back to you, Leo.
Absolutely no problem, brother. I mean, we got a couple of more Crimson Creation videos coming up in the next couple of months, so let us know what y'all think in the comment section. Let us know if we should keep doing this as part of the art galleries, or if we should just cut it because it's just not working for you. Maybe you don't care for it. I don't know. Just whatever you decide. You know, I mean, like, let me know in the comment section below. And with all that being said, farewell wherever y'all fare, and may God bless.